So I kind of forgot to record this section of the video before I defeated the Elite Four, but here we are. So anyway, alright fellas, here we are back in Pokemon Masters, and we've got ourselves the special Pasio stadium here that is weak to water types. So mostly fire type abusers here, with some exceptions. But we've got Neo Champion Leaf here as our champion. I'm going to go ahead and, voice over the footage for the Elite Four battles. I did not want to select this. Okay, sure, whatever. But I have not seen what Neo Champion Leaf can do to full extent. I've seen some passives and some moves, but I haven't seen stats or the sides or most of Leaf's abilities. But we're going to figure out what she can do pretty soon. So let's go ahead, hop into these battles, do 3,000 points. This is the first time we actually have access to 3,000 points for Malva and Flint. Not the easiest battles, but definitely not the hardest. I've made pretty good work of them, but I also used, generally stronger characters for them as opposed to Olivia and Shauntal. Just, that's how power scaling works, I guess. So yeah, let's go ahead, hop into these battles, and we'll finish off with my reaction to the Leaf battle, I guess. Alright, so I opted to get Malva done and over with first here with the support admin / Lodge admin and Archie and Lodge May setup. Could have used normal May, probably wouldn't have been better because May takes too long to set up, and also I used half MP here, so she would have like +1 crit. So actually, in this specific case, Lodge May is better because Lodge May's got far better self-sufficiency in terms of speed for buffing her offensive stats. So works out a lot better for us this way. We pretty much ramped up Malva's attack a crap load as well as gave her sync countdown because I knew I could finish this in pretty much a sync cycle as long as we survived to that point. Is it pretty? No. But do we survive? Yes, and that is why we are able to win pretty easily here, because Archie is a pretty crazy character. So thankfully we're able to use Adamant's Death there in order to provide a lot of gauge speed for us to get to the next Warrior Pulse with Archie here, so we can just obliterate the enemy. I'm pretty sure we would have won if May crit on this Surf. Actually, she may have. I don't quite remember, but it doesn't matter because we go ahead, use our Origin Pulse with Archie and win anyway, so not really a big issue. Goodbye. Yeah. In this setup, I use Lodge May mostly just because she applies to Archie's Master Passive for, Hoenn and whatnot, and she is better than just May in general for this specific setup. I don't actually end up using May throughout these battles. At least I don't think so, because again, I haven't recorded the Neo Champion Leaf battle. I may have to use May there, but I doubt it because I've got quite a few other characters still left behind. So anyway, yeah, that was the battle versus Malva. Let's go on to Flint. So here we are versus Flint. We got ourselves a Neo Champion, Caleb, a Signature Lysander, and Gloria. Summer Gloria. Took a little bit to figure out the name there. This setup was not really what I had in mind when I was preparing it, but I knew that I had to get the 10 hits in with Caleb in order to get his rain up, because I needed that up before I was able to use a sync move. I was intending on using Caleb's sync move, but due to sync countdown related stuff, as well as not being able to set rain, and then also being able to use a sync move, I had to go ahead and make some sacrifices, which pretty much just entailed using Gloria sync move, which ended up working out perfectly anyway, so it wasn't a big issue. We go ahead, we burn the opponents there. Probably would have just been better to attack the middle because that side ends up going down, so it doesn't actually end up applying anything extra to our Heat Hydro Pump. I don't know why I went for the burn on the sides, really, because the special moves next doesn't matter. We KO them with the move, right? So we KO the sides there with Gloria, and we just use the Heat Hydro Pump here and big fat damage, right? 22,000 damage. This move is crazy. This is absolutely one of the most absurd buddy moves in terms of like one-shot potential, other than of course like Ash, right? And this guy's 1 out of 5. No dupes. Yeah, I love Signature Lysander. He's such a fun unit. I definitely need to EX him, mostly just for the pose, not really the outfit. I don't really care about the outfit too much. But yeah, they're the parameters and whatnot. So we got the two hardest ones out of the way, Flint and Malva. So yeah, it shouldn't be too bad, but you'd be surprised how difficult Shauntal can be. Alright, here versus Shauntal, we've got Aaron, Nessa, and Dojo Gloria. This setup was a little bit more annoying than I would like to admit because Shauntal just hits hard. And that's been naturally something that I've noticed ever since I've started, doing Shauntal in terms of like showcases for characters and whatnot. Because I remember there was a big month, I forget which one it was, it may have been September or October, where I was doing a lot of different showcases / tests in the stadium, and it was Unova, and I was doing a lot of stuff versus Shauntal, and I noticed Shauntal hits quite hard. There's no better way to honestly test out these characters and get good at Stadium other than just by going in, ramming your head against the wall, and figuring out what characters work. So if you ever want to get good at this game in terms of like playability, pretty much do that, and watch Zenfogel's videos. They also help out quite a bit. But yeah, we use Aaron here for his healing and defensive ability. We use his attack +6, or attack +4 and crit +2 to give Nessa that, as well as use Nessa's trainer move to buff her attack and crit to maximum. And then it's pretty much just a matter of nuking the sides, or nuking the side and then the middle with Nessa and just obliterating them. That's literally all it is. Aaron does have some survivability problems, mostly due to half HP or half healing selected. Also because, again, Shauntal hits stupidly hard, like freaking insane. +3 defenses there, and she hit for that much damage. Not really the best thing in the world. So honestly, I think your best way to tackle these Shauntal battles usually is probably just going to be to, you know, flinch or freeze or sleep or something like that, just to make it so she can't attack you, because otherwise you're going to be hit by these heat waves, these earth powers, these shadow balls. And it hits, for some reason, surprisingly hard. Also, this nuke pisses me off. So see why. So we go ahead and go for Nessa's nuke here. Very, very nice. Whatever. And as you can see, yeah. So we waste a max move on that, and we get the worst looking victory out because of it, because that side is bulky. I was intending to save this max move for that side to make sure it goes down, but I had it queued up just in case Shauntal survived, and clearly she did. So it was annoying. I should have queued up Surging Strikes or something, but again, I was kind of scared of what if, you know, she went down and then I was forced to use Surging Strikes against the sides, which I guess that ended up happening anyway. So this is the most elegant lacking victory ever, but I mean, we win, right? With no casualties, so I guess that's something. You could say that the first win was worse because Adamant went down, but honestly, that was the intention, was for someone, specifically Adamant, to go down in the battle. It was supposed to be fast-paced, glass cannon type thing. This was not, but whatever. Shauntal just hits too hard. So yeah, there's the battle versus Shauntal. Definitely the hardest time I actually had with one of these battles, mostly due to no rain. But yeah, let's move on to Olivia and end off the Elite Four so we can go to Leaf. Here we are with, I wouldn't say this is the most fun I've had with one of one of the 4 battles here. I would say I honestly enjoyed the first one probably the most. But we do have ourselves the setup with Vaporeon Eggman, as well as Seabold and Neo Champion Serena. So as you can see, there's no support in this setup because these characters don't need supports. We got, just for rain is the only reason we have Vaporeon, and I guess Move Gauge Refresh, but these are all 2-gauge move users, so the gauge doesn't really matter too much. But then we use Serena here as our debuffer / tank, because if she's able to debuff attack, maybe she can survive some of these hits, though we do actually end up getting the -2 attack, which is actually pretty sick. And then we go ahead, we nuke there with Seabold, who actually has very good self-sufficiency and nuking potential with no support. He can give himself the +4 special attack, +6 with NPR and stuff like that. And then he can obviously use his trainer move for critical hit next for his sync nuke, as well as apply super effective next at a 50% chance. So you can get some pretty good results from Seabold here if you've never tried him. Also, he's got critical focus, so if you do crit, you get yourselves that guaranteed critical hit, +1 crit, which can then enable you to crit more and get yourselves to max crit all on his own. And Seabold only needs special attack buffs. He's got brain power as his only multiplier, so you're doing perfectly fine on that front. Just saying, I'm a little bit of a Seabold fanboy. Definitely a very, very fun character to run. Anyway, here we use our Water Pulse. It does not KO, it does crit though, which is very, very nice. And probably was mandatory, actually, especially after the gradual healing. Serena does end up going down, but then we KO them with a 4,500 damage Water Pulse from Seabold. So, yeah. All I'm saying, don't underestimate Seabold. He may be a small fish in a sea of water types, pun definitely intended, but he's definitely, you know, one of the more standout members of the 4-star pool, I would say. Just saying, don't underestimate Seabold. So yeah, let's move on to Leaf, and I'll give you my reaction to that battle. So I'm gonna be just one to tell you right now, when I do these battles, I tend to lose 1 or 2 times before I win because I've got to test out enemy strength, parameters, and whatnot. This is my first time attempting Leaf here. This is the first attempt I've gotten. I've chosen the first parameter because I'm pretty sure she's got some pretty strong physical moves. And we've got these parameters as our setup here. I don't know how it's going to go. We could definitely win. We could definitely lose because of overbearing strength. I've got no clue. So yeah. We've got Eugene here with himself, the Whirlpool Purifying Surf God, alongside Signasu Chris for the double Suicune, of course, and the normal Chris, because why not? I didn't have a better special attacking sub in. Maybe, obviously, I could use May if I wanted to, but I opted to not. And all of the other waters are physical, or they're like nukers. Like Berry, I'm not going to use Bubblebee and Berry. Sorry, buddy, not going to happen. So we're going to be mixing ourselves physical and special now. Let's go ahead and see what we can do here against Leaf. They did give us the infinite field effects parameter, which probably is best that they saved it for the champion battle, because that could have been pretty damn useful for the main Elite Four, so I guess it just adds difficulty for those that like it. So let's go ahead and buff attack here. I could buff the speed if I wanted to. I'm not going to, though. Okay. Now let's go ahead and go for the trainer move with Eugene, and we'll keep buffing attack for now, because we can buff crit with Sigma-Suit Chris if need be just fine for the most part. They are going pretty unrelenting with the attacking moves, I've noticed. But it's not doing too much, mostly because of the pretty good bulk of Chris here, Sigma-Suit Chris. Okay. Oh. Okay. I don't think they're going to be doing too much there, Bob. I'm going to go ahead and nuke, because I'm pretty sure the sides aren't going to attack now anyway, because we have this, I'd give them -1 sync countdown. I was going to think about giving them -2 sync countdown anyway, but oh well. Also, I do have the trap multiplier for using selected, but of course the enemies aren't trapped or able to be trapped, so it's not going to be doing anything. Does not seem to matter, though. Seems like we're doing just fine no matter what. Let's go ahead and do that last heal bit there. Are we doing enough damage? I don't think so. I actually don't think we're doing enough damage. Yeah. Oh, we missed. That's a KO. That's 100% a KO. Okay. Does she set sun? She doesn't set sun, but it doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah, I figured I was going to lose. Yeah. I should probably give Eugene his ability to set trap. I should probably do that before we hop back in here. I'm not going to edit this out. I don't really care that much. We'll do Strike Stick extra damage, because I didn't actually see them using too many AoE moves, which was pretty interesting. So let's go ahead, give ourselves back the interference setting capability. Pretty sure I've got Eugene's nuking grid set up here. Yeah, Trap and Sync 5. That would have been pretty useful. That would have been pretty useful to have. And Trap and Buff 5. Yeah, we're missing out on like 100% in total multipliers. My bad, of course, as usual. I'm a dumbass. But I think we already knew that. Let's go ahead and set that back up. Okay. I wanted to set up rain. Okay, I'm not taking a fucking... I'm not taking a Fire Blast, buddy. I'm not taking a full brute force Fire Blast. I'm good. I'll pass. I meant to go for the X attack, but that's fine as well, actually. Okay. They're going to go for a Flare Blitz out the gate. Ooh, that could hurt. That could hurt a little bit. I'd rather it didn't, but it could. I also don't know what grid I have for regular Chris there. I'm actually not too sure. Oh, well. Guess we're going to find out, right? I'm not going to heal up Chris. I think Chris will be fine. Sigma-Suit Chris. So let's go ahead and buff our attack there again. Okay, so Chris will start attacking after this again. How much is this Purifying Surf going to do? Probably a good chunk. That's a pretty good chunk, I would say, yeah. Now let's go ahead and use that and Mega Kick. Okay. Ooh, barely survived, but it doesn't matter because we got ourselves the first aid 4. Thank you, Sigma-Suit Chris. Also, the sides apparently do go for attacking moves. Okay. I thought with the -1 sync countdown they wouldn't have, but prove me wrong. Hey, I don't care. That's cool. This is going to do a lot, though. A lot. Yeah, I did quite a lot more. Seems like Leaf has a lot of health. Like, a lot of health. So that's very interesting to note. Also, is it just me, or have the numbers not generally been, like, on the HP bar? Because I'm never used to seeing... Like, I'm not seeing the HP bar whenever the enemies hit. I'm just seeing the number, and then I look at the HP afterwards. I'm barely seeing the red, like, decline. Anyone else notice that? Or is that just me? I could go back and look at the footage. I may just be crazy. I think I'm crazy. Either way, there we go. We finished off the battle there with very little issue. Obviously, I had issue at first because I literally didn't give Eugene half of his fucking multipliers, but that's kind of how that goes, right? Eugene, don't use it as a tactic to say Eugene's bad. Don't try it. I'll find you in your sleep. Anyway, yeah, there was our clear for the special Pasio Fire Stadium. Yeah, well, Water Weak Stadium, Fire/Rock mostly, and characters, right? Ended off with Seabolt there because we had 2 Chris's. So yeah, there we go. That's the teams I used. It's not really meant to be a guide or anything. It's just my personal experience in the fight. It's also just something to put up for fun. If anyone's even still watching this at this point, I actually do plan on releasing a new series, hopefully tomorrow. Not a series per se, but I do want to do something a little bit more often where it's like randomizer stadium battles, where we use randomized Pokemon in some regard, maybe randomized challenges. you'll see what it is tomorrow when I post it. So yeah, I hope you all are excited for that. I hope you all enjoyed the video over the Pasio Special Stadium Water Week event. Let me know what you think about it down in the comments below, and I'll see you all later.